Hey guys, welcome to Kipoerneke's Corner. I'm back over in Watcher of Realms at the moment. I just did some autoplays on the Titanic ruins. I actually haven't updated the autoplay um, run through ever since the first day that I did it. Strangely, so it's still stuck at what I had it at that point. So not phenomenal, but whatever. We do what we have time to do, right? So yeah, I'm just thought I'd run through at least some of the dailies that I haven't gotten to yet. I have done some of them, but there's still a lot left to go through here. I saw that we've got a hero's visit. Let's go ahead and check that out. Looks like it's Regulus. He says, I have borne witness to this land's agony and freedom's power. I need your support, Commander. Collectively, we can foster a fairer and freer Kia as I once forged my freedom. These mysterious items will serve as instruments in our quest to enhance the world. Assist me in finding them, Commander, and our collective efforts will sculpt a brighter future. So what he's looking for are these insignia of marksman ones, and he would like 10 of them. We currently have 506 of them. I think we can probably, spare a few for old Regulus over here. Let's go ahead and submit those to him. Quest complete. We got 5 arena permits and 200 stamina for that. Regulus says, an evil foe is menacing this land, akin to the past slave masters. Join our force to find this threat and safeguard freedom and justice. Well, that's all fine and well. I suppose we can do this little fighties guy going right here. Looks like we have 3 portals to protect. He's got 5 ground portals going to be coming at us. There's a Jungle Master, which is a boss, and it says she has Healing Touch, which means that Jungle Master heals 2 or 3 allies at a time. Nature's Embrace, Jungle Master invokes the power of the jungle and continuously heals all allies in range. Control Immunity means that she is immune to all of the crowd control effects except for slow. The incarnation of the Mother of Trees, the defender of the forest. Due to the jungle's contamination by unknown forces, she has turned hostile toward all outsiders who dare to enter. Those who receive her healing find their souls tainted, falling under her control. Alright, so that is the Jungle Master. We also have Mutant Rodents, Toxic Suicides, Plated Komodos, Scalekin Soldiers, Poison Mages, and Stitched Carrions. The only ranged people that we have are the Jungle Master herself and these Poison Mages, I do believe. I think these Suicide Bombers, they go and they throw themselves at you, and they die, but then I think they leave kind of a goo that continues to poison you for a while, so if you can kill them a little bit of distance away from you, that's not the worst idea ever. Let's go ahead to the fight, and I don't really, I haven't done anything to this crew since the last time. The suggested VP is 570,380. Our current VP in this case is 694,910 as we have it right now. Let's go ahead and take them all out and put Rosalia in. I haven't done anything with Rosalia yet, so I have no idea how she's going to perform out there, but I think she'll do just fine. I think I've gotten her up at least level 50, maybe level 60, I don't know, somewhere in there. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with the team they've got. So that brought our team VP up to 706,520 just trading those guys out. I don't see anything else that I'm interested in moving around, so I'm just going to start with it as is. I only have the one healer that I'm bringing along with this, and that's Dao Chan. I don't think it's probably going to matter too much. I will, I think I'll go ahead and put Arrogance here. And then we'll stick Edrin beside him over here. And, we haven't done Rosalia yet. Let's see how she does. She's got some range on her, so it could be fun. Let's put Dao Chan over on this side. I just kind of feel like Rosalia may, I don't know if she'll have more people coming and hitting her where she's at, or if or if arrogance would end up with more. But either way, that's how we're going to do it, and we'll see what happens. Over there, we have the jungle, whatever her name is, jungle queen, jungle lord, jungle girl is over there, one way or another. So we're going to, I think we're going to stick Setram here and face him this way. And then I think his ultimate will hit her whenever it goes off. And of course, we also have Idril, who will hit her whenever she's the only one left to hit. So should be able to do a pretty decent amount of damage. I don't know. Let's see. Rosalie will also be able to hit her. She's painting these tiles, and I don't know. I don't know exactly how that works. I'm looking at it right now. I see that that must be Winter's Bite because it's got some snowflakes over their heads. But so I guess that's blue. I'm assuming. Um, it looks like maybe the last one is red right now, and that one is I don't know. They seem to be changing colors. So they started out blue. They seem to be possibly becoming red. Not really clear on that. I haven't used her before, or if I have used her before at all, then it was not in a way that I really knew what was going on. So still not clear on it. It appeared that they started out blue, then changed to red. My understanding from reading it was that it would that they would be different, randomly a different color. So I thought that each set of tiles might be a different color, but that didn't seem to be the case. They all seemed to be blue, and then there were two of them turned red, possibly the third one. I'm not sure. As I've mentioned before, the color can be more difficult for me for whatever reason. So let's see what the stats show here. We've got arrogance at the top with 4,358,760, followed by Edrin at 3,079,640, then Setram at 3,008,380, and then it drops steeply down to Rosalia with 1,637,080. So certainly, for one reason or another, Rosalia did not do as much as any of as the three that I previously mentioned. I didn't put Anora out. I didn't put Xena or Solkadins out either. But yeah, that was interesting. I did want to give Rosalia a try and see how it would go. I may not have her properly set up. She may not, like I said, I don't know. Let me see. Looks like she's level 50, not level 60. So it makes sense that she would not do as well as those who are higher level and have more of everything. So interesting. Let's go back over to Hero's Visit. Go check on Regulus over here and complete this. So we got one legendary summoning crystal shard for that. And he says, your efforts have transformed this land, Commander. You make us proud, just as our lofty cause does. May the light of freedom perpetually guide your journey. Cool. Yeah, we live to make you proud, Regulus. That's kind of the plan. Now this looked like it had something going on. It's got a little dot there in the storage, upper right side of the storage, little orange-ish kind of dot. Normally that means there's something going on there, but when I click over here, I don't actually see anything, so I don't know what that's all about. Let's get back out of there. All right, let's hop over to the Oracle's Trial. We've got Hero Training and the Lost Legacy going right now. Hero Training is about leveling up, starting up, and promoting heroes or upgrading heroes' skills to win trophies and redeem rewards. We've got a lot of things there that we could still get. The bar at the bottom has various rewards on its little meter. And so I could jump into doing those, and I may do that in a little bit. But right now, we're at 623 points on that out of the 3,000 we would need to get the last thing on that bar. There's also a leaderboard. People aren't doing a whole lot of it, it doesn't seem. We've got 1 day and 3 hours left on that. Then we've got the Lost Legacy. That is participating in Gear Raid 1 to win trophies and redeem rewards. Ends in 2 days and 3 hours. We're currently ranked number 10 in that at 1,920 points. We've got a total of 3,750 points that we can get in order to get these final rewards here on the meter, which the last reward there is 8 of those gear recasting hammer shards. Alright, interesting stuff. I'm going to throw some stamina at this real quick. We're going to auto fight over here. Minimize that and then come back out of here. Oh yeah, right. Forgot to claim this prize. What we have right here is 1 mythic extract. And that's from that meter at the bottom. Hey Cody, how you doing? Cody says, howdy Kip, gonna fall asleep listening to the stream. We'll watch it tomorrow. LOL, but have a good night. Absolutely, man. I get it. It is. You know what? I don't know if you've got a time change that happened where you're at, but I certainly had a time change last night. So we had a whole spring forward situation over here, which means that in my real time, it's actually like 12:42 a.m. right now instead of 11:42 p.m. But here we are. You know, gotta do what the people do. Daylight savings and all that business. Alright, let's see. Let's see what the mine has over here. We've got 3,550 coins, 2,100 XP potions, 16 stamina, 1 diamond, 5 mithril, and 2 insignia melee attack 3s. Cody says, yeah, game reset is now 4 a.m. sadly. LOL. Yeah, that's rather much further along than mine. Let's see, so mine would normally be at 2 o'clock, so I'm guessing now it'll be at 3 o'clock, assuming all is the same otherwise. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, that would make some sense. But let's see. If I go back over here, this says 2 days and 3 hours. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I guess so. 3 hours from now, for me, it's obviously not, it's rounding, so maybe 3 is the time. I didn't stay and look at it last night. I was up at 3 in the morning, unfortunately, but I wasn't on here. So, all right, let's see. We have let's see what the arena looks like over here. I have 7 permits. I could refresh. I've got 380,835, but I know that's not the number. I think it's actually more like 373,000 is what this team has. That's what I think I've actually got here. Not sure. Something like that. Alright, so let's refresh the opponents then. Okay, so we could try this this Russian fellow here, whose name I do not know, with 330,042 BP. I wouldn't be at all surprised if they beat us in spite of having a much lower BP, because sometimes, man, these guys come out with some stuff, you know? Their total monster BP is the same as their team's BP. So let's see how it goes. They've got Silas and Ivar, and that's Etril. And I don't know who else. We'll see. I never know whether I want to pronounce it Ivar or Eovar. I kind of like Eovar. I'm not sure. Here's Xeris. Okay. Xeris has Enslaved, summons 4 Souls of the Damned, and reduces the summoned number by 1 with each ultimate cast. A minimum of 1 Souls of the Damned can be summoned. And then they throw out Etril. She has limitless shots. During the skill effect, each basic attack fires 3 consecutive shots to one enemy, each dealing 80% damage, lasting for 25 seconds. During the ultimate, the hero's attack range becomes unlimited, and her attacks no longer prioritize airborne units. Then they put Silas down here. He's a cool one. He has Shadow Cloak. It does things. It's scary. I told you. Figured that's the god beat us. Alright, so, well, let's look at the stats first. So that was a Russian fellow with 330,042 BP. And looks like Arrogance did the most damage with 1,017,230, followed by Etril at 896,066, and then Xeris, his name is. He's like a lizard dude with a hood or something. It's weird, I'm not sure. But he's obviously He's obviously pretty good. He's got 852,027 damage. But yeah, I don't know. I've seen him before, in arena a number of times, and I also saw him on friend assist back, when I was first starting, and I would go to the guild fights, and look at the assists sometimes, and he would be on there. So I don't know. I don't remember if I used him or if I just checked him out, but certainly I've seen him a good number of times. So for that, we got 3 arena coins and 4 Duel of Champion points. Not too bad. I'll take it. All right. So, from defending against other players while we were in there, we got a couple of these arena coins. Nice. We're not as weak as we look over here, let me tell you. All right. Next up, we have another fellow. I think they're from the Ukraine. Yep, I'm right, from the Ukraine. Um, and they have 375,206 BP. I see that they have that. It looks like they have Hot Suit, which is she's high DPS, very good. And then they have that girl whose name I don't know. And then they have Enora and Silas and Neza. So I recognize these people. That doesn't bode well for me, let me just tell you. I even recognize the one whose name I don't know. Second one from the left. Um, but I'll try it anyway because you know what? It's perfectly fine for me to get slaughtered. Let's do it. So off we go to the races. 372,745 is what I actually have, as it turns out. I couldn't find it in the first couple thousand. All right, let's see what they've thrown out here. Looks like they've started off with Hot Suit, which is a good choice, I feel. She's got Ghastly Burst. Deals damage to up to 5 enemies nearby, dealing 230% AoE damage every 0.3 seconds, lasting for 4 seconds. Then they threw out Silas next. He's got Shadow Cloak. This is the one I was trying to read to you guys a second ago, right before I died. Damage increases by 80%, and each attack becomes soul sniping that ignores the defense and magic resistance of the target for 15 seconds. I'm assuming that soul sniping is like that true damage or whatever, but I don't really know. I don't have Silas myself. Okay, here's the girl whose name I couldn't remember. It's Nyx. Spinning Fireblade. After attacking an enemy, deals AoE damage equal to 65% of attack 3 times for 25 seconds. Alright, so there's a massive gauntlet these things are trying to get through here of DPS. It's just knocking them out, no problem. So once it gets into this this little area where they've got them bottlenecked, they just lay into them. It's very nice. Looks like they've thrown out Nora in an interesting location. She's got Worm Dodge. She has this little helper who's a dragon, and his name is Labor. When activated, Labor immediately deals 360% AoE magic damage to up to 10 enemies in range. Then, during the ultimate, increases Labor's damage by 15% and expands both its attack range and damage range, lasting for 20 seconds. Ah, my guy almost killed another one, but didn't quite get there. Alright, so that was a major defeat by this Ukrainian fellow, who has 375,206 PP. Topping the damage was Arrogance with 5,265,740, followed by Hot Suit with 3,263,020. Then we've got Cetrum, 3,292,720. Then Nyx, 2,433,330. I mean, these are pretty good numbers on a lot of these guys. It goes next to Sulkadins, 2,180,390, and then Silas, 2,169,550. Pretty cool. So for that, I got 3 arena coins and 4 Duel of Champions points. Still have 5 arena permits left. Nobody to attack here, so I'm going to wait for another refresh before we do that. Alright, now we have some things happening in events. Brave Conquest is going on. That's the one you earn points by looting gear pieces and meteorites from gear raid and artifact material raid. And then you get various bonuses. Right now, for claim, we have this 2 huge stamina potions. Got those. There's also Duel of Champions going on. That's fighting the arena games, which is what obviously I've been doing. We're at 80 points on that. Still 3 days and 3 hours left on it. Now, if we look carefully, we can see that it's 3 days, 3 hours, and 8 minutes left on it. So yes, 3 in the morning is correct for the refresh here. All right, so pretty good rewards on that list. Then we have the Brave Conquest I just mentioned. Tales of the Smith is for enhancing gear pieces. You get rewards for doing that. After that, we've got, wait, let's see how long left. 1 day and 3 hours left on that. Lucky Roulette is this right here. And let's do some spins. I'll go ahead and do the spin 10 times, just in the spirit of saving a little bit of time. We got 1 ancient summoning crystal shard, 2 5-star psychic power shards, 3 auto fight attempts, 3 more auto fight attempts, 3 more auto fight attempts, 80,000 gold, and 30 stamina for that. Cody says, yeah, Game Reset is now 4 a.m. sadly. Actually, Cody said that a while ago, and I read it too, but for some reason my brain said, oh, someone said something over there. That's not true. All right. Now to spin 10 more times and see what happens here. I had assumed that they would combine the numbers of the different things. That is not the case, as it turns out. So I will combine them. We got 4 of the Mythic Extract shards, 1 Ancient Summoning Crystal shard, 2 5-star Psychic Power shards, 3 auto fight attempts, 40,000 gold, 30 stamina, and 40,000 XP potions for that spin. We got 1 more of these 10 buy spins. And also, we're going to be able to claim that chest over there, like the lucky bonus chest or whatever it's called. Okay, so we got 6 Mythic Extract shards, 4 5-star Psychic Power shards, 3 auto fight attempts, 40,000 gold, 30 stamina, and 20,000 XP potions for that spin. Now let's go ahead and open this. It's a grand prize. It's interesting to have a grand prize that you can get multiple times, but that's alright. We got 100,000 gold and 1 rare summoning crystal for that. Now let's spin these 8 times and see what we'll get there. Alright, 2 Mythic Extract shards, 5 diamonds, 1 Ancient Summoning Crystal shard, 6 auto fight attempts, 40,000 gold, and 30 stamina in our pockets after that. We also have the Spiritual Altar over here. That's for summoning heroes. I do need to summon a hero for the day. Haven't done that yet. There are a lot of things that you can get as rewards on here. We got 1 day and 3 hours left on it, and I doubt that I'm going to get too many more, but I could be wrong. Who knows? The event sign-in is also still running. The only thing left for me is this Ancient Summoning Crystal. We'll get 1 of those tomorrow. The other, I don't recall what all we got here, but essentially every day that you sign in, you get to claim 1 of these for the duration of the event. There's 4 days left, so if you're a little bit behind, it's okay. You can still catch up. There's also the Zombie Invasion. I'm not going to run that at this second. And then the Immortal Codex, which I would also like to do some work on, would be cool. Alright. Let's claim these background fight items. We got 50,820 coins, 8,250 XP potions, a variety of gear pieces, 220 Lost Legacy trophies, 220 Brave Conquest points, and then 10 Garnet Guard Demon Soldier shards. So that's cool. Alright, let's see how much longer we have on the arena. We've got almost 4 minutes left on that before we can do anything there. We have something over here in the Gold Dragon Pass, so I'm going to look at that. It's a weekly quest. Challenge Titanic Ruins 2 times and save the result. Well, we did that, so we get 1,500 Gold Dragon tokens. Cool. Leveled up to 65. Let's claim these rewards here. Okay, and then I think I'll go over the quest because we have some things still, a good number of things we still need to do. Let's give friendship points one time. Quick claim and give right there. And we gotta now burn some of these friendship points. So we have too many. So let's go ahead and just max that out, trade those in, and then we can give some more friendship points. Always good day. Then we can use some of them, right? So let's come to the Oracle's Trial, head into the Lost Legacy, and get some of those background fights running there. All right, max that out and start it. Minimize, get out of here. All right, that'll definitely get us to the next slot in that meter. And it also finishes this quest, which says give friendship points 1 time. We did that. So we get 2 golden cogs and 10 friendship points. Now the golden cogs are the things that are being used for the lucky roulette, in case you don't recall or didn't notice. I don't think I mentioned it specifically, but that is the currency for that. Let's level up heroes 3 times real fast. Let's see what we have. I think Lubu is the one I've been working on. Guess I got him maxed out, looks like. Do I have anybody that I want to throw in? No. I think I want to keep focusing on some of these guys that I don't have up to level 60, which means I'm going to have to... I don't think that I have guys to eat, right? Except for ones that are in progress. So, in order to level Rosalia up some more, in order to start her up, I think I'm gonna, I don't have any. I'm gonna have to create some guys to eat, I think. Before I do that, though, I want to come check over here in the trading hall and see what kind of things I have left. It looks like all I have is this right here, which I'm down with because it's sacrifices and rewards, and it's got a rare summoning crystal in it, plus 100 stamina. Yeah, that's not bad either. It's also got a purple one of these 4-star psychic power things. So let's go ahead and submit this. Use some of our fish, pineapples, and mushrooms, and get a rare summoning crystal and all that. Why not, right? Okay, got that. Now, anything else? No, I think I'm okay with that stuff. So, we are getting rewards for leveling people up and whatnot, so it seems like it's probably a good time to do that, a good idea to do that, whichever way you want to phrase that. Alright, let's go ahead and summon a guy and see what we have. Right, there's also this special ancient summoning thing going on right now. That's Nastia and Sargat. Now, Sargat, rather. I don't know anything about these guys. I feel like I've seen Nastia in Arena before. I don't know anything about her, and I don't know if she's worth getting or not. I also don't... See, there's so many things I don't know. We can go on with the things that I don't know. But in this one, the pity timer hits after you have summoned 185 consecutive summons without getting a legendary lord. I don't know if I've gotten anything from these or not. I may have. Let's see. Oh yes, I definitely did. That's Lubu right there. So I've actually only summoned 5 guys since getting Lubu, which bodes ill for my odds of actually getting either of these fellas here with the 5 crystals that we have to use. But hey, let's do it. Why not? I mean, you know, we'll live a little, right? This is the first one, and it looks like we got a purple. We got Vixera. We don't know who Vixera is. Never seen her, never heard of her. Vixera, the 4-star mage from the Esotericist faction. Looks like she's also a lord, so that's cool. I think, you know, you can always use another lord, right? A venomous witch who returned from the alchemical cauldron, corroding enemies with lethal venom and leaving them writhing in agony. Alright, cool. Let's share that and get some diamonds. Why not? Alright, got that. Let's give it another go. It was so fun the first time. Well, let's summon again, like we did last summer. Alright, Maureen, the 3-star marksman from the Infernal and Piercer factions. She's actually one of my least favorite characters in the game. Captain Reeves' first mate at your service, Maureen bombards enemies with her explosive ultimate. Alright, let's summon again. See what we can get. Just say no to Marine. How about that? Skulf, the 3-star fighter. With a galvanizing roar, Skulf boots allies and lays enemies low. Able to regenerate health when low. Next up, we have Narvi, a 3-star fighter. A most inquisitive adventurer, Narvi makes a great companion, bolstering heroes and reducing costs. I believe that she is the one who gives inspiration to like 2 heroes or maybe 1 hero in range, and that means anybody in an adjacent tile to her can get an inspiration. Here's Gogren, the 3-star fighter. Stained crimson, this feral beast rouses allies with his war cry and goes berserk when health is low. Excellent. So that was all of the ancient summoning crystals that I have. Let's go for the special invocation of spirits here. It looks like I've got 18 available. Well, actually, I think because I've recently acquired some legendaries, it may be a better idea to go for the crazy invocation of spirits right now, which doubles your chances of getting a legendary hero. So let's do that for a little bit. I think I can do that for 18 without too many worries. And the odds of me actually getting one aren't that great. So, let's see how it goes. We got Ryder, the 2-star fighter. Obsessed with Arlo, this double-breaded warrior mimics his every move and heavily increase his own attack. Alright, next, here's Spring, the 3-star healer. As rejuvenating as the season itself, Spring can heal multiple units at once. And so I read a little bit about Spring the other day. Spring and Autumn are in fact sisters. They're twin sisters, and they both seem to be kind of chosen by the owls in some way. Here we have Ryder again. He's the 2-star fighter who's obsessed with Arlo. I do need to read about his backstory. I'm interested, because why is he obsessed with Arlo? Arlo is like on the same level as he is. Here we have Cutter, the 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction. Cutter launches poison-laced daggers with ease, but downs boos with less grace than a Nox. Now, from what I understand, poison used to be a lot better than it is now. I don't know. I wasn't playing at that time, but that's what they tell me. It used to be very, very good, and now it has diminished greatly. Here's Glenn, the 3-star defender. Devout to the holy life, this reliable defender turns to prayer in order to deflect and reduce damage. He's our traditional paladin hero, I do believe. And now we have Skulf once more. He's the 3-star fighter, and he's the fellow who can regenerate health when he gets low. And Alder, the 2-star fighter. As a traveling mercenary, Alder seeks to repay a debt that saved his very life. I kind of wonder about that too. I would like to know his backstory a little bit more. These things, they tease you, but they don't tell you all the things. Here's Spreef, the 2-star marksman. Can't trust this one. This vile goblin will lead you into the dark before plugging you with his daggers. And then, oh look, we've got something. We've got something, guys. What is it? It's Aelin, or Island, the 5-star healer from the Infernal faction. I just got her for the first time the other day. I know nothing whatsoever about her except for what I read whenever I got her. I went and looked at her stats and all that, her skills, and what what her promotions will be and things like that. I mean, I liked her enough that I put her on my good list, and I may have leveled her up. I can't recall. She's a 5-star healer, and the thing is, I already have some good healers, so I don't know if she's going to be as helpful to my crew as some others might have been, but I'm not sure. Maybe she will. We'll see. From a moonbeam she fell. Aelin channels lunar power to embolden allies, her abilities stacking over time. Yeah, I cannot remember the details right now. You would think I could, because I just got her the other day, but I'm brainless about half the time, so there you go. That's all there is to it. Here's Narvi, the 3-star fighter. A most inquisitive adventurer, Narvi makes a great companion. She is the one who bolsters her allies with her inspiration points. And here's Grief once more. He's the guy who leads you into the dagger and plugs you with his daggers. He leads you into the dark. He doesn't lead you into the dagger. I guess he does, technically. He leads the dagger into you, anyway. And here's Rogers. 2-star defender. Stalwart and loyal, Rogers can bolster his own defenses to become a human wall. And then Nero, the 3-star mage from the cultist and watcher factions. He's actually a leader of the cultists. Nero is a flame-cloaked master of AoE damage and a faction leader from Cursed Cult. Crank the heat. But he's not great, I can tell you. I tried using him when I first got him. He doesn't impress with the best. He's not the worst, but he's not the best. Now here's Rocks. I have Rocks, and I think I haven't really... let me see, hold on. I feel like he may be on my mediocre list. He is, yes. He's on my mediocre list, and I haven't done anything with him, I don't think. I may have thrown him out in this or that, probably in the faction trials and things like that, but he's not that impressive. He's a 4-star defender from the Northern faction. Born of desert sands and scorched earth, Rocks wields untamed strength and a kind heart, an unconquerable protector of allies. And what have we now? It is Rumnose, the 2-star defender. This cheeky goblin can't stay out of the drain. When healthy, he's mighty hard to take down. Alright, Rumnose to Goblin. Summon again. Alright, we got Walgrag here, the 2-star mage. Running with a band of thieves, Walgrag slows enemies with his putrid magic while increasing his own speed. Summon again. Why not? Alright, here's Maureen once more. She is my least favorite character, possibly. I mean, let's say least favorite 3-star, to be more accurate. I can't say that she's my least favorite character. Maybe she is, to be honest. She just annoys me with her everything, pretty much. But she is in both the Infernal and the Piercer factions, so it does help in the faction trials, because it gives you another person to choose from who's, like I said, at least a 3-star. Here's Screef again. He leads you into the dark, plugs you with daggers, and just makes your life a little bit sadder, It's just not as bright and wondrous with Screef in it, Alright, let's see here. We have spiritual altar stuff to claim, and it looks like we've got 200 diamonds and 1 of these ancient summoning crystals. Hey, why don't we go use it? We've got it, let's use it. Why not? Maybe I'll, I don't know, maybe I'll get something fun, you never know. Let's try it. Oh, we got Decimus, the 3-star fighter. Relentless to the T, this undead warrior stays in the fight even after his health has been depleted. Yeah, I haven't gotten as much use out of him as I would like, but again, I won't say that he's useless. Certainly, he does have uses. Could be worse. Alright, let's check on Barut over here, because he's refreshed, and look at that. He's got a rare summoning crystal for only 70 diamonds waiting on us. We also have this background fight business. We got 55,440 coins, 9,000 XP potions, tons of different gear pieces, 1 of these Arcanum crystals, 260 Lost Legacy trophies, 260 Brave Conquest points, and 1 Tormented Banshee Demon Soldier. My understanding is that those can be used in that guild thing that I haven't done yet with demons and stuff. Let's go over to the arena where things are ready to be refreshed. We have 5 arena permits still waiting in the wings, And let's give this fellow here, this Russian fellow, with 316,885 BP, a go. It's gonna go bad for us, I fear, because what I see here is Ajax, Yuri. I think that girl's name's like Arachna or something. There's also that Predator guy and some other girl that I recognize, or I assume it's a girl at least. It's got the little crown on, or the headpiece. I don't know if it's a crown, a thing on its head. That's what I'm going with. All right, we're gonna auto fight this again and see how it goes. Probably, you know, who knows? We'll see. All right. Come over here. They threw out Yuri right out the gate. Good plan because she's high DPS fast. Needle of Torment is her ultimate. Deals 5 hits of 75% damage per second to one enemy target in range. When a target dies during the skill, gains 5% rage and targets one other enemy near the fallen target. Unfortunately for our opponent, they did not quite have enough to kill off that mosquito with Yuri. But they did finish it off with Cretus. Cretus has Divine Truth. During the ultimate, increases attack by 30%. If there's only one enemy in range, inflicts 3 stacks of Radiant Erosion. If there's more than one enemy in range, inflicts Chain of Fate and 1 stack of Radiant Erosion on up to 3 enemies in range. Now, I don't know what any of those keywords mean, but they sound good. Then we have Ajax. Now, Ajax is massive damage too. He has Destructive Breath, deals 180% AoE damage to up to 10 enemy targets per second for 5 seconds, and inflicts burning. Alright, so far they have 3 other guys out. Make that 4. That's Vierna. So the girl with the headpiece on is Vierna. She has Reaper's Grasp. Deals 800% AoE damage to enemies in range. Kills enemies with HP below 25% after a short delay. Elite monsters and bosses are excluded. So that's a cool thing, right? That execute or whatever they call it. It doesn't call it execute on here, but it refers to it as execute in the game. And other people also refer to it as execute. They have not quite got it fast enough, unfortunately, for them. And that's because their VP is so much lower than ours. So we got the victory on that one way or another. That was the Russian fellow with 316,885 BP. And it knocks us into the Platinum 1 range. So, stats show that Cretus actually did the most damage on the board with 7,654,250 BP, followed by Arrogance at 4,483,630, then Cetrum at 3,462,320, and then Sulcadence. You know what's interesting? This crew that I have is interesting. I'll have to kind of look at it here in a little bit. But anyway, 2,345,660 damage from him. All right, let's close that. 3 arena coins, 8 duel of champions points, and 8,000 gold from that fight. Hey Quad, how you doing, man? Yeah, good to see you too, dude. Alright, now, we can't refresh for another 11 minutes, which is a good amount of time, but we have Weejow at 337,061 BP. That might be somebody we can go up against. We may as well give it a go. I don't recognize some of these people. I've seen most of them before. The one in their far left, their lord right there, is not one that I'm familiar with at all. I've seen all of the rest of them. The one at the far right I've learned is Nyx, and the one right beside her is, of course, Yuri. The other two to the left of her, I recognize, but I don't know who are. And then, of course, like I said, that lord over there on the far left is not one that I know who is at all. Looks like she or he is a member of that Egyptian tribe with all the bronze type people, as far as I can tell. Alright, let's go ahead and give it a go, and we shall see how it goes. Just curiosity makes me want to look and see what I have here as options. looks like one of the teams I had updated and the other two I had not. I I had obviously been trying out that Kai fella, so um, didn't didn't end up keeping him obviously. All right, or in the final rendition, I seem to have not done that. Quad says I caught a bug and I'm in bed today. Ah, that's the worst. What you been down all day? Like no getting up at all, or just crashed afterward? All right, let's see here. They've thrown out Yuri right off the bat. She got Needle of Torment. Deals 5 hits of 65% damage per second to one enemy target in range. When a target dies during the spell, it gains 5% rage and targets one other enemy near the fallen target. Then they threw out this fella, Raisin. See, I knew I'd seen him before. I recognized the name. My question is it Raisin or is it Ryzen? Or it could even be like Raisin, right? Raisin? Who knows? All right. He has Storm Strike. Curls a lightning spear and locks onto the target, dealing one instance 200% damage and triggering all activated drums of war. Afterwards, basic attack becomes 2 consecutive strikes for 20 seconds, with each strike dealing 100% damage. During this period, drums of war can no longer be activated. When the ultimate ends, consumes all activated drums of war. Then we have Nora. Okay, so that was just a different picture of Nora. So she's got a different skin on than the one that I have. She has Worm Dive. When activated, Labor, that's your dragon, immediately deals 360% AoE magic damage to up to 10 enemies in range. Then, during the ultimate, increases Labor's damage by 150% and expands both its attack range and damage range, lasting for 20 seconds. They've also thrown Nyx out here. She has Spinning Fireblade. After attacking an enemy, deals AoE damage equal to 65% of attack 3 times for 25 seconds. Then they've got Venoma. I have seen Venoma before. I didn't recognize this at all. So Venoma has the Serpentine Curse. After a short channeling, deals 520% AoE damage to enemies in the front area, inflicting Hex upon them. Interesting. So that's all of their guys. So now we'll see what happens because they've got their guys out. It looks like we've got our guys out, and we're just gonna have to wait and see how it goes. Quad says just to the bathroom. That is unpleasant for sure. Sorry that you're suffering in that way, Quad. It's no fun. Alright, looks like we've pretty solidly got this one in the bag unless something miraculously happens. Alright, so that was Wee Jiao. With 337,061 BP. And stats show that the guy, Raisin, we're going to call him Raisin. Raisin, dealt 7,231,430 damage, followed by, I'm sorry, I missed Setram up there, who did awesome, and also Arrogance, because I wasn't looking at my side of the board. So Setram actually was the high DPS, or the high damage overall, which was 8,179,320, followed by Arrogance, who was 7,964,270. Then we had the Raisin with his 7 million, followed by Solkadin's 5,472,580. And then it looks like Nyx. No, that's not Nyx. That's their version of Anora. For some reason, she looks like a marksman in that picture, and it confused me. 5,331,040 is the damage that she dealt. So yeah, not too shabby, not too shabby. And then Yuri came in with 4,609,140. Quad says thank you. Shrugs. Life happens. That is true. And then he says listening to your stream on quiet volume is helping. Ah, very good, very good. Glad to be of service. Alrighty, here we go. We got 3 arena coins, 8 Duel of Champions points, and 8,000 XP potions for that. Not too shabby. I'll take it, It's not too bad. Alright, that was the only one we really have a chance against. I think this crew just isn't quite strong enough to go up against really higher DPS or higher VP people than what I have. I do need to redo my teams on basically all of the arena fights. I've gotten some new people, and I should redo them at some point soon. I just haven't done it. That's all I can say. I don't have any good reason except that I just haven't had the time to, or haven't taken any time to. Chosen to prioritize other things. So, alrighty, let's see now. Oh yeah, right. In the summoning window, we have this little summon rewards thing over here for 15 diamonds. May as well grab those every time that they're available. We've got the Oracle's Trial, ranked number 7 at the moment, and we got three of these legendary skill crystal shards for getting up to 2,300 points. We actually have 2,400 points at this point, and I'm going to go ahead and start some more. Get some of those auto fights in on that. Alrighty. And go to events. Duel of Champions. We got 80,000 gold for that. Still have a good ways to go through this, but I think we'll probably, let's say we have a decent shot at making it through this progress bar. I'm really honestly not sure what to call these things. I want to call them meters, like progress meter. I mean, seems fair. I'm not sure what they're officially called, but it feels like we could make it through there all the way in 3 days and 2 hours for sure, right? Spiritual Altar over here will give us 300,000 gold. We have 5,539 points currently, and the next reward will be at 5,950 points. That seems like it's pretty attainable. We have 1 day and 2 hours left, so maybe attainable. We'll see. We also have some cogs for the Lucky Roulette. Not very many, but we have 2. Let's go ahead and spin this wheel and see what we can get. We got 20,000 gold in that spin. And then, for the next one, 30 stamina. Alright, I'll take it. I'm not going to complain about that. So we have a little bit more stamina to use. Over in the quests, we'll claim this, perform 1 summon, and get 2 4-star psychic power shards and 2 golden cogs for that. We can level up a hero 3 times. I do intend to work on that. Need to obtain our daily chest from Hyperion. May as well go do that. We got 1,800 gold from dear old Hyperion. And now I'm going to go into the faction trial because that seems like it makes sense. Come over here, go to the basic trial where we can auto fight that. Sure. I think though, actually, I think I want to do a quick clear on that, so I'm going to wait. Seems like it makes more sense to wait on it. Okay. Trial of the Northerners is what we have here. I don't have any idea which one that is. Oh, it's that one. I do terribly at that one. Of course, now I think I have more people, so I may be able to do a little bit better. I'm not sure. Fire Fanatic, Fire Elemental, and Crimson Ooze are the guys here. I can give it a try and see what it looks like. We've got, didn't quite get all of the diamonds, or the soul shards on stage 7, so let's see what we've got here. We've got some naked people. That's what we've got. Looks like the suggested BP is 200,704. I think one of the biggest issues is, well, okay. I feel like we get overwhelmed and people start getting by, as I recall, but I could be wrong. I don't remember if they're getting killed or if they're just not high DPS enough. I don't recall. I do have multiple new people since I last did this. I've got Olog and I've got Lubu And I have some others who I haven't leveled up that I've also gotten. But I feel like Lubu and Olog could make a pretty good difference here, probably. I can take out that girl, whatever her name is, Dalen? No, not Dalen. No, I can't remember her name right now, but that girl can go out. And then let's see. I think maybe I keep Isolde, not sure. And put out Lubu. And let's see, who else we want? I think we want Olog probably. So who do we take out if we're gonna put in Olog? We want to keep Isolde because, for one thing, she has the Lord faction, the Lord ability, sorry. And her Lord skill says increases faction team members' basic attributes by 10%. Periodically grants all faction team members a shield equal to 20% of their max HP for 20 seconds. The more faction allies there are on the team, the more frequently it takes effect, which is very, very nice. Other than that, she's got a few little bonuses for her teammates. That does AoE damage for every 7 attacks. That's pretty cool. Regenerates 5 extra rage as well. This is just her granting a shield to herself every now and then, but also to her adjacent allies, and it says in a horizontal line. It's interesting because I'm not really sure. I assume that means to her sides, which would imply that I could face her in the same direction as them, and that the ones to either side of her would get it. It's an interesting phrase to say in a horizontal line, but because that would imply a cross, but I'm not sure if that's accurate or if it's just means beside her in this case. Hard to say. Anyway, so I didn't need to put gear on her, obviously. She seems perfectly fine. So I wonder what I was doing here. Maybe get out of there. Looks like I could use some gear, among other things, but certainly gear. Let's look. We can start her up. Why not, right? Do it. And then we can level her up some more. And that certainly won't hurt. I don't want to start her up more because I would have to eat a bunch of guys, and I've got better people to do that with at the moment. Okay, sure, why not? It restores 3% rage when killing the target, cooldown of 5 seconds. It's fine. Keep it for now. I can't promote her at the moment because I don't have enough of these Insignia of Mages 3s. But that's okay. It's perfectly fine for now. I can throw this out there. May as well, I think. I'm not going to put too many into her, but I'll stick one in there. Now, Frost Bomb increment, damage after first enhancement plus 20%, damage after second enhancement plus 40%. So that's cool. Alright, get out of there and go back over this window where we have old Nocturne, who is sitting here with no gear on it. We don't like that one bit. Let's fix it. Equip some artifacts and all that business. Alright, now we have Lightlaw. He's a healer. And he needs some gear on too. Being left out here naked and alone. This increases healing effect by 20. Additionally, for each ally in range, reduces healing effect by 5. Alright, then there is this girl. Her name is Midan. Midan is a healer who I think she dispels things. Yes, it even says so right there. Defensive dispel. If only I could read, that'd be cool, huh? Alright, so stick some gear on her. Check on the artifact. Okay. Healing a unit to full HP has a 20% chance of granting them a shield equal to 20% of its max HP for 10 seconds. That works very well for the Northerners because they do good things with shields. The effect can only be triggered one time every 5 seconds. Sure, sounds grand. Alright, so we've got some people. They've got some gear on. I didn't put Olog on here. I feel like probably I should. I don't know that I really need to necessarily. Maybe I try it like this, and then if I need to switch it out, then I can, right? Seems like a good idea. I'm supposed to clear the stage with no hero killed, which is what the problem was before. Now, I think previously what I've done here is I have put, this says when two fire fanatics are next to each other, they sacrifice themselves to some powerful, I don't know, entity or something like that. It's no bueno. We don't like it when they bring themselves together into one big critter like that. It's no good. No good for anyone. Now, there were some different ways that I've tried this with the healer setup. But let's try it like this and see how it goes. Now, I haven't used Lubu. I'm not sure what his best, way to be used is. But I think I'll put him here, and we'll face him this way for the moment. We got more guys coming out, and what I really would like is another defender or fighter, and so Olag, in other words, to go on the other side of where she currently is, not in front, but toward the bottom from where she's at. I would like that. I don't know if sticking her out is a good idea at all. Especially, well, okay, let's try putting her out, and then maybe we can get her some heals with Hollow as well. So now we have an AoE healer and a single target healer, both hitting those guys. Now, what if we throw Maul over here? He's got good range on him, and I don't know if it's the best idea, but let's try it. And I don't know. It could have been a good idea to put Maul up here, facing down potentially, because he can throw but his shots go a good little ways. I'm not really sure. I also don't know if Idrin needs any help up there. I kind of doubt it, but let's give him some help just in case. And then if somebody looks like they're not doing very well, I'm thinking I can just pull them out so that we don't get any deaths. But who knows? I have. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So far, it looks like Maul's not real happy over here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use his thing as soon as possible. Apparently he can't hit to the side over there. But I feel like I want to go ahead and use his ultimate here in a moment. Because, you know what? I'm just going to pick him up. It's not safe having him out. He's going to die and ruin my whole ploy. Well, that didn't work at all. I mean, it did, because I won. But, but putting her out was, not helpful. Alright, 131 XP potions and 15 Spirit Insignia 2s for that. Looks like Idrin did the most damage by just an incredible amount. Lubu was next at 555,739. So like the difference between Edrin at 2,407,000 and Lubu. I mean, Lubu did over just over, well, okay. He did over a fifth of the damage, but not so grand. And of course the damage of course drops off after that. Not I mean it worked. It was effective. That's all that really matters. But we got all three of our stars on that, so that's a good deal. All right, excellent. And that means we got this clear one faction. So leveling up heroes 3 times gets us 1 of the stamina potion samples and 2 golden cogs. Then we obtained a daily chest from Hyperion, which got us another 10,000 gold and 2 golden cogs. And then clearing faction trial at any difficulty level 1 time gets us another 10,000 gold and 2 golden cogs. Next on the list of dailies is claim the Tide Onslaught rewards 1 time, which I'll do, but first I'm going to claim the box at the top right here, 35 diamonds and 2 golden cogs. We're going to go claim the Tide Onslaught reward, and I'm just going to claim it. I'm not going to try to withstand any waves or anything crazy like that. Just going to get this claimed for the day. It's currently 12:37 a.m. for those keeping track. Do you know where your children are? Alright, so that was claim loot 133. We got 44 legendary skill dust, 352 talent points, 44 epic skill dust, 1 Scalekin Shaman Demon Soldier Shard, 14,000 gold, 85 stamina, 82 rare skill dust, 1 Carrion Helm Hound Demon Soldier Shard, and 1 Scalekin Mage Demon Soldier Shard for our efforts there. Oracle's Trial, we have another thing to claim over here. It is 2 legendary skill crystal shards. Very nice. So that's the hero's training. We also, wait a minute, I may need to, I gotta go claim these background fight rewards. 18,480 coins, 3,000 XP potions, a little variety of gear, 120 Lost Legacy trophies, and 120 Brave Conquest points for that. Then I want to get some more started over here because we have a little stamina, so Lost Legacy it is. And we come over here, stage 18, auto fight max, and start that. Alright, hop out of there. Now, over in the quests area, we have claimed the Tide Onslaught rewards 1 time, giving us yet another couple of golden cogs and 1 stamina potion sample. Alright, now back to the arena where we can check here what we've got going on. We can refresh these opponents for free. We like that. I don't see anything that looks very promising to me. By the way, you can refresh it again. It costs 20 diamonds for your, at least for the first one. I've never used the 20 diamonds to refresh this, so I don't know if the amount that it costs goes up with every refresh you do. But you only have 100 daily refreshes available to do this way, so keep that in mind too. Okay. Gonna get out of there, and then I want to come over to Barut, and I know he doesn't have anything that I want right now, but I'm gonna refresh him because we get 3 refreshes for free per day, and I'm gonna use those. So there's 1. And now here's a second one. And not, I could be getting these shards for the legendary summoning crystals and the ancient summoning crystals whenever I see them. But I just kind of haven't been doing that. And I stand by that at the moment. I'm going to just refresh again. And I don't love any of it. So out we go. But first, let's come over to the arena shop. And let's grab this huge stamina potion, which I often try to get. I would say that I often try to get it every day, but that doesn't really make a lot of sense. So let's just say that I often try to get it. And then let's get these 5 auto fight attempts. Sometimes I remember to, sometimes I don't. Maybe that's the safest way to phrase that. We could get some other things. We could get the legendary artifact essence. We could get the legendary skill dust, but I don't really care for any of that right now. I don't think that I need it. Maybe I'll regret that decision later on, but that's how I feel at the moment. Now, if we got up to rank 2, we'd be able to get these legendary skill crystals, and that might be a bit of a treat. There's also these ancient summoning crystals, which would make themselves available to us if we could get up another rank. It's something that could eventually happen, but it's not. We're in no danger of that yet. Looking at the awakening shop real quick. So I haven't. I'm not sure how we get all of these coins. These things here are for dismissing epic heroes. I'm assuming this is for dismissing the legendary ones. The legendary awakening tokens. Yes, it's for dismissing legendary heroes. That's not something that I've had a lot of experience with thus far. And in fact, I'm wondering why I have 20 points of it at all. I don't recall that being a situation I found myself in, but perhaps, who knows? I don't see any need to use any of that on anything at this time. I've done all of the trading hall stuff, so the fact that that's going to refresh today is okay because I have done those things, so not too concerned about it. Let's go back over to events and let's go to Lucky Roulette. Now we've got 12 of these cogs to use, so let's do the times 10 and see what we've got. Okay. Looks like we got 4 mythic extract shards, 5 diamonds, 1 ancient summoning crystal shard, 60,000 gold, 30 stamina, and 40,000 XP potions. That's all very good and well. Let's do the last 2 in one go here with 1 spin. We got 5 diamonds and 30 stamina for that. And over here, we have the grand prize. That's our second grand prize for the day. We got 1 rare summoning crystal and 100,000 gold on that. I'm gonna hop out of there and come over to, let's see. I was thinking a moment ago of something. Let's see if I can remember what it was. Maybe the summon though, to see about summoning some of our things, because we do have 2 more rare summoning crystals. So let's do it. Here's one. What have we here? We've got Rumnose, 2-star defender. This cheeky goblin can't stay out of the drink. Healthy, he's mighty hard to take down. And then we'll summon 1 more time. And this time we got Rumnose again. The 2-star defender. He can't stay out of the drink. And we found him there twice. Right there in the drink. Alright, let's hop out of there. Let's go to the heroes window because guess what? We've got a bunch of guys and maybe some of them are ones that we want to sell. There's no 1-star heroes. We do have some 2-star heroes. I like to keep 4 copies of each of these fusible ones. I don't really know if it's the best idea, but it's the way I've been doing it. I should go and save 4 copies of each of them so that I don't have to do this every time and I can just very simply sell them every time in one quick go and not have to do that. But alas, alack, I have not taken the time to save myself time. We got 5,600 gold for those guys. And then we have these lovely 3-star heroes here. And I already do have those saved, the ones that I want. So I just have to make sure that there's not anyone on here that I don't have saved and ready. There's not. So now the next question is there any reason to save any of these guys? I don't think so. I think we're good to go. And we can just trade them in for these diamonds here. So I'm going to do it. Hopefully I'm right. We got 630 diamonds for that. 4-star heroes? Let's see. We do have a couple. And now I recall what else I might have needed to do. And that is to awaken people. So, before we foolishly throw people away, let's awaken some people. That'd be grand. Alright, now, this is difficult for me. As we all know, I have trouble seeing the little red dots when there are other little red dots. Those little red dots are hearts. But to me, they look about the same. So it's very difficult for me to go through this. But I'm making it, all is well. I don't think I missed anything. Please let me know if I do. Counting on you. So far, everything is seeming fine. All well and good to throw them away. I think it looked fine. We're gonna assume that it is fine. And we're gonna toss I and the let me. Hope for the best. High rarity hero. Yep, we're getting rid of the high rarity heroes. We hate high rarity heroes around these parts. Okay, there we go. Now, feeling somewhat okay about that. We have room for 30 guys in the bags, so let's come back over here to the summon window, come to the backup storage, and what we're gonna do first is bulk dismiss, because we've got some not 1-star, but 2-star heroes that I can just go ahead and dismiss right now. Let's do it. Got 8,000 gold for that. Then the rest of these we can toss over into the move to hero storage window and confirm them here. All right. Now we go over to the heroes once more. And I want to go to the awaken window again. And we're going to, again, as carefully as possible, go through these lists here. Ah, yes, there it is. That's the Aelin, or whatever her name is. And she can now be awakened. Increases the healing multiplier on targets with HP below 30% by 30% once she's awakened, which is nice. It's a good skill to have. I want it. Alright. And we also got a 5-star psychic power shard for that, which is very, very nice as well. Alright, now onward. We have at least one more. I think maybe I'm wrong. Probably I am wrong, but let's slowly go through. It was right after all. Awakened 2 on rocks, and that's going to give his defense a boost of 100 points, which is cool. Again, I'm not sure if I have any grand intentions of using them for much, but nonetheless, it's good to have them ready. So we got a 4-star psychic power shard for that. And now, just to kind of make certain that I don't need anything else, I'm going to go through the rest of this. No, I don't. So, all is well. Now we can go to attributes, click on the sell thing, and I think I have all of the 2 stars dealt with, but the 3 stars I have ready to sell more of. Yes, I think that's all grand and glorious. Let us dismiss these guys for 180 more diamonds. And then just to verify that we don't have any more, we don't. Excellent. Out of there. We got the background fight rewards to claim. We got 27,720 gold, 4,500 XP potions, a little bit of different gear, 140 lost legacy trophies, and 140 brave conquest points for that. Now, we have some stamina left over. I think I will first come over here to this basic trial. And I will do a quick clear on that. And then I'll go do a quick clear on the other thing real quick, the other faction trial. So that was 156 of the XP potions and 9 shelter insignia 3s for the quick clear of stage 8. Then I go back and I go to the Trial of the Northerners, and we will do an auto fight on stage 7, I think, right? No. Yes, I can't. So I have an auto fight. No, I don't have an auto fight. What? Okay. What's happening here? Let's go back. Quick go. We're gonna go to the Trail of the Northerners. Yeah, it just doesn't, it does not love it. It does not want me to auto fight on stage 7 or in any of these. Interesting. I wonder why. Ooh, that's odd. I apparently didn't get stage 2 done with at least 3 heroes. I must have already done the auto fight for this, huh? Maybe. Yeah, I guess I had to. Oh. Maybe it's it's because it's gotta be because I cleared stage 7 for the first. Yeah, okay, alright, that makes sense. Alright, yeah. Okay, so I used my ticket, as it were. Huh. Interesting. Alright, back out of here. Don't need to mess around there. Let's go over to the arena and see how that's standing. We got another 2 minutes on that. Then in that case, if I'm in this position, I'm going to go ahead over to the Lost Legacy and start some more of those background fights. In fact, actually, I'll go ahead and quick clear. I have 9 quick clears remaining, and I can use some stamina to get me there. Let's click start, then we'll use a huge stamina potion, and then we will do those quick clears that we have left real quick, obviously. Alright, we click OK here. We got 1 Arcanum Crystal, 240 Lost Legacy Trophies, 240 Brave Conquest points, 46,200 gold, 6,804 Hero XP potions, and then a bunch of different gear pieces here. Not too shabby. Now, we still have some stamina left. Let us auto fight however many times. Looks like it's 3. And get out of there. And then let's look at the events again, because I feel that we definitely have some things we may want to do. Okay, we're very close to being able to get the next step of the Brave Conquest meter. Okay, I think that's not a bad idea. To go, sorry, I'm getting off course here a little bit, but in my brain it makes sense. I'm gonna go to the heroes window, because what I actually want to do at this point is do some quick star ups. I do have this guy here. I think I need to star them up to 5s so that I can beat them. So let's do that very carefully. So we'll do a quick star up on him, and then we want to do a quick star up on the other guy, but we don't have enough of the XP potions to manage it. So that's a shame. Alright, get out of there. Managed to get a little bit further though, so I would like to get enough to star another guy off up, and then be able to get him up to 60. I think I want to do Rosalia next. I'm curious to see what she turns up with. So here we have 2,200 coins, 1,600 XP potions, 13 stamina, 1 auto fight attempt, 5 mithril, and 2 insignia of marksman 2s. Wondrous, lovely. And now in the arena window, we can refresh these opponents. So, alright, looks like we can go ahead and try Rosé Slog from the UK. And they have 342,936 BP. We will give it a go and see how it turns out. They have Silas and Rune Hollow and Faye Talon, I don't know, whatever her name is. Girl with the horns. Here's Silas. He has Shadow Cloak. Damage increases by 80%, and each attack becomes soul snapping that ignores the defense and magic resistance of the target for 20 seconds. He has dealt grievous damage. Silas can definitely knock some health out. Where's Dr. Van Helsing, which apparently was somebody from the Halloween time period that I did not, I wasn't playing during the time. He has a heck of a range, though. Look at that. He's got Silver Guillotine. When activated, gains 20% penetration and immediately triggers one talent special attack. Ultimate lasts for 20 seconds. During the ultimate, increases the giant axe attack's chance to ignite mithril shrapnel to 80%. It's very good. Let's, yeah. Good job. Good job, opponent. You did wonderfully. Smashed me right out of there. Alright, so that was Rose's Long, 342,936 BP. And the stats show that the most damage was dealt by Silas, 3,551,540, followed by Arrogance at 2,171,170, and then Cetron, 1,721,130. Pretty good stuff. Alright, arena coins, we got 3 of them, and 4 Duel of Champions points for that battle. And possibly more importantly, we moved a little bit more up on that meter for the events over here. And we got another reward on Brave Conquest, which was 50 auto fight attempts. That's not a bad thing. I do like an auto fight attempt now and then. Okay. Now, it's almost 1 in the morning, and I'm going to try to get some sleep. So, we've got to get a couple more things done here first. 18,480 coins, 2,250 XP potions, 2 pieces of gear, 60 Lost Legacy trophies, and 60 Brave Conquest points for that. I think I should enhance some gear real quick. I'm not going to do anything too crazy because, again, it is almost 1. But I will get a few things done. We've got the opportunity to create a mythic extract. So let's use these and make that. There she blows. Very nice. Hop out of there. And then another thing. Oh yeah, right. Almost forgot to actually enhance some gear, as I had said I was going to do. Doing well, let me tell you, all the time, every day of the week. Alright, we got that. Let's go to bulk organize. We want to put all of that in here, and then bulk enhance up to level 4. It's 154 pieces of gear that we're working on at this very moment. That should get us a little ways along the Tale of the Smith points. So enhancement cost was 401,200 to be able to do that. We don't have a whole lot of gold, as is usually the case. I'm just always out of gold. That's the way of it. But it did move us along on the Tales of the Smith enough to be able to get the first 3 rewards, which were 20 diamonds, 20,000 gold, and 1 small stamina potion. We are over halfway to the next step on that line. That's not too bad for just 1 quick enhancement. I think I'm tempted to enhance some more, but I shouldn't, because again, it is 1 o'clock and I should do the zombie invasion at least in haphazard manner, if nothing else. Alright, let's go to events, go to zombie invasion, let's go to enter, and endless stage. And then we already have selected the potions tools, so this will it'll behoove us to get potions with the setup that I have here. And because of that, what I really want is the light and dark. That's going to be the way that I want to go with this, and that's what I'm going to strive for. So there's the first one. We do have Blazing Bolt, and it's a very important one to get. I don't have light or dark offered to me, so let's use one of our few precious refreshes to try to get it. We've got dark here, that's Tornado. All right, not too bad. And then we've got Pursuit. So that's for the Blazing Bolt. Let's go ahead and do that. Enhance it, and okay, I don't like any of those three. Again, we're without the light or the dark. So let's refresh this. And we did get Spring of Sticks. That was lucky. Now there's only one more that we're really wanting, and that's going to be the Lightning Chain or Chain Lightning. But it's not what's showing us. We're going to just use our last refresh and see if we can get it. Okay, that's fair. We got a Celerity too, which is another Blazing Bolt thing. Sadly, we do not have Chain Lightning here. So, with that in mind, what should I get? I suppose that we'll go with Fireball. Let's go with Fireball as the fourth one. Now, I'm going to quickly go along. I'm not going to study these or make big, difficult decisions for myself here. For the most part, what I'm going to do is try to get the thing that will definitely stack. As if you guys have seen this before, you know the way that I do this when I'm doing it more quickly, which is just to kind of get the one that looks like, I mean, it's going to stack up. For the most part, that's what I'm going to go for. Occasionally, if I see something specific that I'm looking for and I just quickly run across it, then I may grab it. But for the most part, I'm going to be grabbing the ones that I know are going to stack. So and that means if it says damage plus 30% like that does, I'm going to be grabbing it, because the more general you can get, the better. So if it says damage, that implies that it's going to add damage. It says plus some amount of damage, and if it just says the word damage, that means it applies to everything. Whereas if it says something more specific, like Blazing Bolt damage, like this does, well, that only applies to Blazing Bolt. If it says light damage, obviously that only applies to light, right? So when you see that, you can understand that that's going to happen. If it says things like expands or increases, then that's going to stack, right? But if it says things like one time, well, that's not going to stack. So you got to just, use a little bit of common sense on the wording, and I think that it, you can kind of see which ones are going to just override the other ones and which ones are going to actually stack up. So expands is good. Decreasing the amount of time for cooldown is another thing it stacks to a certain extent. Now, granted, there's only so much time that you need between cooldowns, so certainly you can overdo that, but it's not super likely. So I would say don't worry too much about it. Now for the potions, we've got over here the freeze potion, which gives Winter's Bite. That's a pretty good one to get. We've got a light damage, and I'll get it, even though I only have the one light skill at the moment. I'm not thrilled about not getting the second light. The chain lightning is really quite useful as a utility, basically. But it's okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get this Mara 3, even though I normally wouldn't whenever I'm going quickly, just because I do like Mire, slowing them down and all that. And so it's temptation to get it, and I went ahead and did it because it was the rarest one, meaning that it does the most in the way of the slowing down and all that. So I wish that I had the numbers. It would be super cool if we could parse the data on what exactly, how much each thing does. But I don't. So to some degree, I just have to go with what I think. Certainly, I don't claim to be right. So, all right. So we've got some possibilities here. Do I want to invest in fire damage, for instance? I guess I do. Even though I only have the one, it's I don't know. It's not grand, but I can get the fire damage and I can get the burning. And then I could get the physical damage, but that wouldn't do me any good at all. So there's no sense in that. Because I got the potion tools, I'm not going to get any refreshes unless unless it shows up in the like with the monster boosts. Whenever we're boosting the enemy, sometimes you can get refreshes as well. I'm doing just absolute garbage currently because first I'm making fast choices ish, and second I didn't get didn't get a great starting here. It's not phenomenal being split between three things instead of only two of the masteries. That is. Anything that increases dark damage is going to be pretty much better than anything that increases light or fire due to only having the one of the fire and the light versus having two of the dark skills. Definitely getting piled up on there. It's not great and glorious. We'll go ahead and get all of these things just so that we have a refresh on this. Um, I suppose we can get the dark burn potion. I don't remember if we already got a dark burn potion. And the fire damage me as well. Give it a shot. I don't know. It's the choices haven't been phenomenal this time around. Um, so it's not looking grand and glorious, but we have made it to wave 19 at the moment. We did make 20 just now, and that's going to be the end of it. Which that's at the low end, in my opinion. When when you've hit 20 or less, you definitely didn't have good choices made. All right, so that was Spring of Sticks at the top, doing 49% of the damage, followed by Fireball, doing 18%, then Blazing Bolt, 17%, and Tornado at 14% of the damage there. Could have been better, could have been worse. Well. Quests. Challenge one time daily during the event, and we get 10 auto fight attempts for that. Looks like we're on number 8 of 9 out of challenge 9 times during the event. So tomorrow, theoretically, I should be able to get the final reward on that, which is pretty friggin' cool if you ask me. Let's go over to the arena, and we're 20 seconds away from being able to refresh there. So let's pop over to the Oracle's Trial Lost Legacy and go ahead and start some auto battles in the back over here. Alright. Something weird it said, so I'm looking over at the camp. I'm not sure what that was all about. Maybe I misunderstood it, but back to the arena we go. Now, Yes, I didn't like any of these. So, we refresh our opponents and see what we have here. Well, we've got player 12492008, and he has 288,640 BP. We'll go ahead and give it a go. Looks like his monster BP is the same as his personal team's BP. We've got Theowin, Silas, Hotsuit, and Kai there, and then some girl I don't know who is. Alright, so they threw out Theowin first. A lot of people use Theowin in Arena. I've never been particularly interested in Theowin myself. I know that a lot of people use him. I know that a lot of people think he's great and glorious. I don't know. I have him, and I looked him over, and I'm just not that impressed. He has Blade Hurl. Throws a spinning blade that deals damage equal to 100% attack. The blade stays in place and deals AoE damage equal to 100% of the hero's attack per second to surrounding enemies for 10 seconds. And then he has Silas. Silas has Shadow Cloak. Damage increases by 80% and each attack becomes soul snapping that ignores the defense and magic resistance of the target for 20 seconds. Now they've thrown out Kai. Now Kai has a thing that decreases defense, I believe, or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But his ultimate is Doomsday Cluster. Launches a cluster projectile at the farthest one enemy in range, causing explosive impact upon contact. The explosion deals 550% AoE damage to up to 10 nearby enemies and releases up to 3 small bombs. And stuff. Alright, so we got the victory on that one. It was player 1424492008. And they had 288,640 BP. Highest damage on the board was Arrogance with 2,147,730, followed by Hot Suit with 2,021,660. Then it drops down to Cetrum at 1,899,460, and then Theowin 1,377,490. It's not really easy to compare because his BP was so much lower than ours, and so we out BP'd the enemy monsters by way too much, and so you can't really do like a one-to-one comparison on that. Alright, we got 3 arena coins, 8 Duel of Champions points, and 8,000 gold for that. Alright, now... Okay, the only other one that we can do possibly is Hanta Soda. We have 1 arena permit left, so we may as well use it to get slaughtered by my old Hantas over here from, looks like Hungary. Hantas from Hungary. Alright, sounds good. The monster BP is 383,898 as well. Probably not going to do particularly well in this fight. I think if I use our new girl who can either she can be a platform or she can go on the ground, and she seems to do pretty well. And I think that if I can get her into that team, it may help out a lot. Don't know. We'll see. Okay, looks like they've put out Xeris. He's got Enslave, summons 4 Souls of the Damned, and reduces the summon number by 1 with each ultimate cast. A minimum of 1 Souls of the Damned can be summoned. Then they have out Beelzebub. Beelzebub has Corrupted Swarm. During the ultimate, applies AoE damage reduction to cultist allies within the skill range, and summons Putrid Flies. Putrid Flies generates a powerful vortex that pulls up to 10 nearby enemies toward its center with 2 times strength, and inflicts slow on them. The vortex lasts for 5 seconds. Now they have out Cyrus, Legion of the Dead. Summons 1 skeleton fighter within 2 tiles ahead and increases their and the hero's damage by 150% and attack speed by 100 for 10 seconds. And so I guess that's their little skeleton right out in front of them there. And then they have put out Tallulah. Tallulah has enchanted ritual. Channels a ritual and instantly sends one butterfly to each of up to 3 targets, I believe it said. I have no idea. I don't recall reading that before. That was Haunt Us with 383,898 EP. So, as far as damage dealt, we've got Xeris at the top with 2 million. No, sorry, Arrogance at the top with 3,391,400. Then Xeris with 2,614,030. Then Setram is right on Xeris' heels. 2 million, not exactly, but still has 2 million something. 2,060,130. Then it drops down to Beelzebub after that. So, interesting. Very interesting. Now, we got 3 arena coins, 8 Duel of Champions points, and 8,000 gold for that fight. Okay, now we're out of arena permits, and we also would have to wait 9 minutes for the next refresh on that. Let's come over to the background fights, which we've got 4,620 coins, 750 XP potions, 1 little life force weapon, and then 20 Lost Legacy trophies and 20 Brave Conquest points for that. Other than that, over in the Events tab, we've got the Duel of Champions giving us 1 4-star Psychic Power. We're not too far away from being able to get this rare Summoning Crystal, but we're just not quite there yet. It's a shame, really. Alright, let's see. I don't know if we have any more Summoning Crystals to use or not. Let's check. It doesn't look like it. Of course, I do have some diamonds, but I don't really necessarily want to use the diamonds. I'm okay with not doing so at this time. So, okay, got that. Let's see. Over in the storage, I see it keeps telling me that I've got something, but I come here, I don't have anything. I don't know what it's talking about. Like, am I missing something? I don't know. Maybe I am. It doesn't show anything in any of these windows, so I don't know. Not feeling like I'm missing things, but hey, who knows? Who indeed. Alright, so then, let's go to the mine and get all that stuff. It is 800 coins, 2 insignia melee attack 2s, 1 mithril, 3 stamina, and 450 hero XP potions for that. I think that's about the last of the most important things. It's 1:18 a.m., so I'm thinking I should probably call it a night. It was a pleasure streaming with you all and talking with you all. Good to see you. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me so that you can turn on notifications and see the next time that I go live. I think I'm going to call it for now, guys. Hopefully, I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye for now, and have a good night.